Well, let's take a look at the last question of the extensive challenges. Well, we know that fx is a polynomial about x, so this is very much like the last challenge question we have in the lesson. So when fx is divided by x adding 1, the remainder is 1. It means that by remainder theorem, f minus 1 is equal to 1. And when fx is divided by 2x take away 3, the remainder is minus 4. So it means that by remainder theorem, well, when this is 0, because we know that fx can be written as 2x take away 3 times the quotient, take away 4, right? Where there is the remainder, this is the quotient, and this is the divisor. So it means that when the divisor is 0, what I get for fx is going to be minus 4, right? So we just need to find a value for x such that the divisor is 0. That's all we need to do. So if I have 2x take away 3 and that needs to be 0, it means that x has to be 3 halves, right? And that's going to be equal to minus 4. So we want to find the remainder when fx is divided by that. We know that is going to be a quadratic, which means that essentially when any function is divided by that quadratic, the remainder is in the form of ax adding b. Because for quadratics, the lowest power it can match up to in the division is the x squared term, which is the highest term in the quadratic, right? So the remainder is going to be in the form of ax adding b. Now we can write that fx is equal to x adding 1 times 2x adding 3, 2x take away 3 times the quotient adding ax adding b, where whenever x is equal to minus 1 or x is equal to 3 halves, this whole thing will be 0. So when I have f minus 1, it's going to be equal to 1, right? And that's in the form of ax adding b, which x is minus 1. So we know that's minus a adding b. If I have f 3 halves, then also this first part is going to be 0, right? And then for the next part, we have 3 halves of x, 3 halves of a adding b. And that's equal to minus 4. So it means that if you're subtracting the first equation from the second one, you're going to have 5 halves of a equals minus 5, right? Which means that 5a is minus 10. A is minus 2. Now, knowing that a is minus 2, it means that b is equal to minus 1, right? So it means that the remainder will be equal to minus 2x take away 1. And that's the answer to this question, okay?